Welcome to another episode of Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is IK Grande. I am your host, and if you've watched gay porn in the past 12 years, I've definitely helped you get off. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. How is everyone? I hope everybody is keeping safe and sound with this unbearable quarantine that's going on, however necessary. Yeah, I hope all you listeners out there are doing well. I hope nobody's sick, and if you are sick, I hope you get better. Yeah, and let's brave this out and see what happens and see what else 2020 has in store for us. Hopefully some good news, right? So anyway, now that I've addressed that, I just want to move on to the episode for this week. This week I have a guest who didn't want to be on camera, so there won't be a video for it. However, I am going to put it up on YouTube with probably a picture or something, just so that people who do watch it on YouTube have something, or listen to it on YouTube, have something to listen to. And the guest that I have this week was a young man who emailed me regarding some of the stuff he gets into. It's a bit of a fetish. He is straight, in a relationship, I think, and emailed me after listening to the podcast and was very interested in talking a little bit about his fetish. And his fetish happens to be, I guess it falls under BDSM. In particular, he enjoys something that I thought was very interesting, and I'm curious to see if there's anybody else out there. I'm sure there is, but other people out there who share his experience. And the experience is basically being submissive, or being the submissive in the relationship, or in interaction with a guy, and being blackmailed. So being blackmailed by way of pictures, by way of video, while this sex act is happening, and then this person kind of holding control over them throughout the time that they know each other. So I thought that was very interesting, and I wanted to talk to him. It's a little shorter than the usual podcast interviews. However, I do think that it was very necessary to talk to him. I was very interested in talking to him. Throughout the interview, you can tell he's a little nervous and stuff. So I'd ask you, for the respect of understanding that this guy's not comfortable where he is at the moment, but who knows, he can get there. So enjoy. All right, so where do you want to start?
I don't even know.
How about you tell me your name today? It doesn't have to be a real name.
Marvin Schmidt.
Marvin Schmidt. Okay.
Yes.
So Marvin, tell me a little bit about what you're into.
Just a little bit more into submissive.
Okay.
And just like playing that role.
Are you gay, straight, bi?
Confused.
Confused. Okay. How are you confused by?
I would say I'm straight, except the thing is that I would say is that it's just like something that it's just I'm not really just like experimenting with, so I really don't know.
Okay. So how is your experimenting going so far?
Confusing, anxious, like anxiety.
Why anxious?
Because
the only reason I'm asking these questions is because there's definitely a lot more people out there doing the same thing, or feeling the same way. So
I don't know. Like, it was just like, just like the stress of like thinking what's right, what's wrong.
Why do you consider it right or wrong?
Just like depending on just like being straight, just like right, with a girl, wrong with a guy. So
do you find that part of it exciting?
I can't really tell, but like it's just not like something that like it's like the exciting part is just being like I guess just submissive and just doing that.
Okay. When was your first experience?
It was probably like freshman year of college.
Okay. How old are you now?
Um, 28.
You can say your real age. It's fine. No one's gonna know you from your
21.
21. Okay. So it's your first year in college. What happened?
Um,
Remember, no one's looking at your face. You can talk as
just
candidly and free as possible, or as you want.
got a little freaked out. It wasn't really like the best. It was just like a little bit of a freak out though, and like it didn't really end up like good or anything like that. So I just got like really nervous or anxious and kind of freaked out about it. And yeah, it was bad.
So you don't want to talk about it.
No.
Okay, that's fine. When was the first time you had these feelings before that, or
No, like not so much. It was just like experimenting. That's all.
you? But when it comes to feeling like this about another guy, you didn't feel it before this incident happened, or
No, it was just like in sexual like part. I just wanted to try it, but like nothing really like emotional at all. No.
yeah, no, I understand. So would you consider this a fetish or what?
Just like probably a fetish, yeah.
Okay.
Phase, hopefully.
Why? Hopefully.
Just like to maybe like kind of get rid of that part.
So you consider it a phase.
Mm-hmm.
Are you nervous right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just like I said before, coming on and talking to me and stuff, it'll help, I think, you, but also help other people as well. So if there's any question that you don't want to answer, you can let me know. But I kind of want to get into the idea of what it is you're into exactly. Like if you can describe a perfect scenario for you to experiment your feelings, what would it be?
Well, just like I specifically remember, just like one time, it was just one time that it happened. It was I remember the guy was in a hotel and it was he used like handcuffs a and well, handcuffs are very uncomfortable. Let me just say that. And he used just a blindfold, which kind of scared me a little bit. But it was just like something that like I didn't really think of much until it was actually like oh, okay, I actually like this. So it was more like like, and he actually like he used toys, which was actually like like a fun part of it though. And it was just like he wasn't going like too like big with anything though and everything like that.
Okay. Um, and since then, how has it felt? How's it been? Like, what have you been experiencing or experimenting a lot, or?
Um, Not like yeah, a little bit, yeah, but it's like the same thing.
Okay. Now, you know that falls under BDSM, right? What you're into.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've looked it up.
Well, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay. You're in a relationship or not? No.
No.
Does anybody know?
No.
What if anybody were to find out?
Um.
Like, how would people respond to it? Like, who are you in the sense of?
I'd probably be this is where like the freaking out part comes in. I'd probably be disowned. Uh.
Why do you say that? Like, is your family not cool with that, or?
Yeah, more of a just like they're not like for that though. And just probably just like it's just like embarrassing though, like embarrassment though that like some like it just would happen like
No.
if people found out. Yeah.
So you never think that you'll get to a point where it'll be something that you can kind of think, okay, well, I'm straight, but I'm kind of into this stuff too, because there's levels of.
Oh hell no, I'm not. I'm just never. No.
No,
No.
but you do it though.
Yes. It's annoying.
So okay, so you're at the point where you think it's annoying, and it might always be annoying. You never know, but what do you think? What do you think? You think you'll be able to stop in the future, or like,
Yeah.
yeah?
Mhm.
And what depend just on jerking off to fantasies and stuff, or
No, I think it would just like I think it's just willpower that like you just like think about it and just like some like just like you don't really want to like do it anymore. You just try to like you have that power to like kind of stop like like with something that you don't want to do.
Okay. But when you get to your heaviest, right? Like when you get to the point where you are fantasizing and you're about to jerk off and you are really deep into it, how are you going to stop yourself from?
I gotta think of just like I guess like probably like certain like people or certain things that will actually like kind of like bring me back like okay this is like something no that's a no no no.
Okay. What have you thought of
For what?
that's ever done that, like to bring you down?
um
Like you just said, you put things in your head.
oh this probably like just like my parents thinking like okay like what's good like if like like they did this like okay just don't do it don't do it don't do it but yeah.
Did you grow up? Do you mind if I ask some questions about like growing up and stuff? You don't want me to ask? Go ahead.
No.
Okay. All right. Um, is there anything that you've learned from your experiences about yourself or about just in general?
After you finish it causes you stress.
Okay, so you're saying once you come thinking about it or doing something, it
Oh gosh, yeah, it's annoying.
okay. Well, talk a little bit about that. What exactly goes through your head after you've thought of all of these things that you want a guy to do to you. You want him to cuff you.
Yeah, anxiety attack sometimes happens. Just like like headaches though, like just like a stomach ache sometimes. Like it's just like when you have an anxiety attack, like you just like it. And I've had them before. Like I've just had like a history of them. Like it's just not like something that you really want because like you can. When I had an anxiety attack one time, I broke my toe against kicking a bed.
Jeez. Okay. Kicking it on purpose or?
Yeah, kicking
Okay.
on purpose.
So another thing I wanted to ask you about, if I can, this idea of humiliation, right? Is that what you like?
Like
That's during. Remember, this is not who you are. This is
it's
an
just a role
aspect.
play.
Yeah, exactly. So you like humiliation.
Role play though.
Okay,
Yeah.
role play in sexual fantasies. You like being humiliated,
Yes.
and you also
Depends on
like.
it, yeah, obviously.
Okay, and then what's the other thing that I wanted to ask you was, the idea of being, how best to describe it? The idea of being blackmailed.
Oh no, not just role play.
It's
Yeah.
role playing, but it's something that goes into this fetish, right?
Mhm.
So can you explain that a little bit to me, or?
It's just like you start just like at first I'm like, oh okay, like I actually want it, and then just all of a sudden it's like, okay, no wait, that's actually serious. That's something that I don't really want, and then I just go off of it though. Like I just take it out, and then I just like okay, like just role play. Don't like don't be serious about it.
Okay, but do you mind if I describe it in detail so that the people listening understand
Sure.
a little bit about it? So basically, it's the idea that you are being filmed doing something that you don't want to be caught doing, and this person having control over you because of that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was yeah. It's just like something that was like just something that like I wanted, but then it was just like the kind of like the freaking out of like thinking about getting out and everything like that.
Okay. Has that ever happened?
No.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But you go to that level, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add? Anything you want to get from, like, there are probably a lot of people out there that go through the same experiences. Would you want to meet people that have these ideas or would want to be the aggressor to your submissive?
No, I'd be fine.
Okay. Because you never know.
No, I know.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No.
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 You're good. Okay, sweet. Well, thank you. It takes a lot to talk about shit like this, so I appreciate it. Cool. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for listening this week. I hope you enjoyed our interview. I have one more podcast left for this season, and Originally, I had wanted Max Soul, who is the producer or the head producer for Treasure Island Media, to come on, but it's unfortunate that we're gonna have to wait for next season for that. So next week's episode is gonna be a little bit of an overview of what I have in mind for season 2, what we're gonna get into, like conversations, topics, themes, all that fun stuff. So that's gonna be the last episode for this season, and then I'm gonna shift to my YouTube channel where I'll present a couple of different things and different ideas and histories and sex crimes and all that crazy shit. So I'll keep you occupied throughout the rest of this epidemic, or this pandemic, I'm sorry. And yeah, like I've said before on the podcast, if you enjoy what we're doing here, please click subscribe on any of the podcast directories that you listen to. Rate it, leave comments, email me, whichever you'd want. On YouTube, click subscribe. Also rate it, comment, whatever you want to do. Show us that you like what we're doing, and we'll keep doing it. That's pretty much it. My name is IK Grande. I've been your host, and you've been listening to Demystifying Gay Porn. Cheers.